And I know this, Will, I know this because you've told me. He'd be sitting down at dinner with the family, and his dad look at him and say, "What's the matter? Somebody pop you?"
I'll try.
We'll get popped by his brother because he's smarted off all the time. So I could understand how sometimes he could rub people the wrong way. He had that little small man's complex. But I was happy to hear this because when I heard that, I go, well, shit, that's one more opening that's going to be there for me when I get promoted. So I loved it. So Will leaves the company. There's so many stories about when he left the company. He was in New York City. They wouldn't give him a ticket to fly home because he quit and switched companies. Long story short, he leaves. He goes to Emporium, I think it was at the time. Meets up with Lynn, so on and so forth. My career progresses. I get promoted, blah, blah, blah. I interview at Men's Warehouse, come to Men's Warehouse. At about the same time, Willie started to head up our direct sourcing department. As Doug went through the numbers, it's been unbelievable. I think we imported about $30 to $40 million when he started. When he left, I think it was $500-600 million or something like that. So he's been a big part of the growth of the Men's Warehouse, and like Doug said, we would not be here if that department never got developed like it did. So it's very, very important. The other thing he did is he brought Jared Nadell in many years ago, and then Jared ended up leaving. And so one thing I will say is he was smart enough to bring Jared back to us because Jared could pass along millions of dollars of savings in some of the areas that we didn't necessarily have expertise in. So for that, I say that's unbelievable foresight to know that we needed Jared in this company to push us to the next level. So that was great too. But I think most importantly, he's raised a great son. And I tell him all the time, I go, Will, I don't know how you did it because you're so effed up, but you raised a great son. And his son Vincent is an unbelievable kid. He's very successful. I think he's 25 now, doing very well. But the last story I want to say is, you saw the pictures of his wife, right? Smoking, right? And you look at him and you wonder, how did that happen? That's what I kept saying. So around the office, we had a pool. Well, how long is this going to really last? The over-under was about a year. I took the under. And I was a loser because several years later, it made him the happiest man in the world. So, Will, congratulations on everything you've accomplished. It's been great knowing you. Jim Thorne. By the way, Jim promised, I'm going to do it right now, that we are not going to run out of the basic custom swatches for the Joe program. So if we do, this is your guy.
Thanks, guy. I appreciate that. This will be short. Following Scott is like impossible. Yeah, sorry.
There you go.
I haven't known Will that long. Only just a couple of years since the merger. But I will say this, I have a tremendous amount of respect for what you've done for this company, for the direct sourcing area. The legacy that you're going to leave is that you've established a solid foundation for this organization to build successes for the future. So I appreciate that. You've got big shoes to fill, and I wish you all the best.
All right, so now you know what